Start off,
All right, welcome back to LiveWire Film Reviews. Today we're gonna talk about one of the biggest movies of the summer and maybe even the year.
Biggest movie of the world.
Of the world, damn.
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, which is part of the new Chris Pratt Hollywood takeover. And did you know how much it made already?
No.
It made, in the span of the weekend, 500 million worldwide. It beat the Avengers 2, and I think it almost beat, or it did beat Avengers 1.
I went out bright and early today at 9 o'clock. And
It was packed?
Well, we couldn't make the 9 o'clock because we woke up late, but I caught the 10:30.
Okay, and it was packed?
It was packed for, like, a morning show. Like, kids were out and about, but, I mean, like, it was crazy packed. And then when we got out of the theaters, they were announcing that the IMAX at 1 o'clock was already sold out, and all the shows were sold out until 4 o'clock.
Jeez.
They had to, like, announce it.
My gosh.
Like, I never heard them announce something at the Llama like that.
I mean, my goodness. It's Chris Pratt taking over the world. Did it with Marvel, now he's doing it with dinosaurs. Jeez, what's next? But let's get into it. Well, let's introduce ourselves first. You know, my name's Ray Gonzalez. I got Peter Man here with me.
What's up?
And on the Skype, I got Andy Mack. Hey, what's up?
What's up, y'all? Yeah, what's up?
Ooh.
Shout out to my man Pookie in there.
Oh my goodness.
What was that?
That was like a little intro. Okay, so let's get to it. Oh, you see? This is what I'm talking about, man.
Reviewing Jurassic World right now. We got some business to attend to before.
That's what I'm trying to tell him.
Socialize over here.
It's my female right here. She just doesn't understand it, no matter how many times you tell her. But let's move on. So, Jurassic World. This is how many years has it been since Jurassic Park? I think over 20. The original Jurassic Park, right?
A long time.
20 years, I think, at least.
94 was the first one.
94, so 21 years. 21 years, and then at the same time, like, it's been like 12 years since Jurassic Park 3. And Spielberg decided not to direct this one. This is one of those movies that actually been trying to be made since after Jurassic Park 3, and nobody knew how to grasp it. And then Universal tapped this indie director that made only one movie that cost like $350,000 or $750,000, called Safety Not Guaranteed. Great little science fiction indie movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But they tap him. They see the potential, and they give him like $150 million, and they say, write in, direct this new movie. And yeah, I mean, the big question is, does it live up to the Jurassic Park franchise? At least does it live up to the first one, because the second and the third one did not. To the point that, like, not even Spielberg could top the original one, because he came back for the second one, and he couldn't even top that. The man himself. So
Lost World is the second one, but it's actually a book by the guy who wrote Jurassic Park. They didn't even make a book called Jurassic Park 3. They just created the movie. So.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael Crichton didn't write the second one?
Well, he did. There was a book called Lost World, but there's nothing else that continues. They just made Jurassic Park 3 off the success of the
three
first
or
two.
second?
Oh, the third one.
The third one. Yeah. Okay. The more you know. So they come back with a brand new story that, very intelligently, they decided to say part 2 and 3 did not exist. That didn't happen. Because how are they going to make sense of the fact that, like, these dinosaurs were roaming and attacking San Francisco in part 2, and then still...
I don't even remember part 3.
Yeah, or part 3 is on a different island with Sam Neill. Back as Alan Grant. Part 2 was Jeff Goldblum and Julianne Moore and Vince Vaughn working together or something. And Jeff Goldblum had a black daughter. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Karate?
And she like karate kicks a velociraptor.
Oh shoot. Dang, I gotta revisit Lost World.
And then, oh man, but crazy shit happens in that movie. They go all the way to San Francisco, and the dinosaurs start attacking. So obviously,
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, so obviously they wouldn't have been able to like make much sense of it, because this one is said like just like this one, like 20 years after the first one, and they actually achieved the park that Dr. Hammond in the original was setting out to do. They achieved it, and they turned it kind of like a Disney World or Universal Studios.
Like Universal Studios. It looks like
it looked like yeah, right.
Of the back lot
of Universal Studios, man. I thought that too.
It looked a lot like it.
So, and we are introduced to the coolest motherfucker ever to walk Jurassic World, Owen Grady, played by Chris Pratt, who is a military man that
Navy.
I'm sorry, Navy man that changed his profession and now trains these three velociraptors, and he's actually mastered training them, and they listen to, kind of like dogs do, or wolves in a zoo.
Hold your fire! Hold your fire! Do not fire! Put 12 amps in these animals, they're never gonna trust me again. Lou, stand down. Stand down. Hey! What did I just say? Delta, I see you. Back up. Okay. Good.
And then we also get Bryce Dallas Howard as Claire, and she's kind of like the business
operations.
Yeah, she's the busy business chick that doesn't know how to hang out with normal people. She doesn't know how to be with children.
It's all about numbers and spreadsheets. I think what's his name says it.
Right, and then we're also introduced to her nephews, which are Zach and Gray, played by Nick Robinson and Ty Simpkins, and they come and visit the family, visit their aunt after they find out that their parents are getting divorced. So they spend like a weekend at Jurassic World. Now, this movie, as much as there's a lot of characters here, and there's a lot of references to the original one, but the big star in this movie is the actual park and the dinosaurs and the look of it.
Chris Pratt.
And Chris Pratt.
The dashingly good-looking velociraptor trainer.
Yeah, and we go into the story that the people at Jurassic World created this brand new dinosaur. Like, they mix in a whole bunch of different DNA of the dinosaurs to create, to create something just fucking bigger, crazier, badder, smarter, just Jesus.
Oh, it's white. You never told him it was white.
Think it'll scare the kids?
The kids? This will give the parents nightmares.
Is that good?
It's fantastic.
Like one part is like classified at first.
Yeah.
You find out what it is later.
Yeah,
on,
that's the big twist in the third act.
In the third act. That's right.
And they get Owen Grady to come in and check it out, and as soon as he realizes what's going on, he says, "No, this is a no-go. This is a no-go." But they said, "Well, what the fuck do you know, man? You just hanging around over here with shorts on. Who gives a damn?" Cargos. And then, little did they know, Owen Grady was right, and this dinosaur lets loose and starts attacking anything that gets in their way, and it's up to Owen Grady to stop this damn dinosaur. So, let's go into it. How did you feel about it?
I had fun. It was a fun film. Yeah.
It seems to me like a lot of people just don't want to hate this movie, so they just say like, things like, well, it's fun.
Code word for good would be fun for this film.
Oh, so it's good.
So if you liked it, you're just gonna be like, yeah, had fun.
Now, does it live up to the expectations of that the first one left?
I think Steven Spielberg, any Steven Spielberg, but especially that film, the first one, Jurassic Park, is so grandiose, especially when it came out at that time. It's like we've never seen dinosaurs on film quite like that.
No, we didn't. Yeah.
And now, like with the technology that we have today, it's just like even more like enhanced, like CGI up the ass in this film.
There. You see, I told you. You're welcome. Up close and personal with 4 Dinosauruses.
And Kylosaurus. We shouldn't be here. And there's 5 dinosaurs.
Aren't you supposed to be a genius or something? Look. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
Yeah, that's something I didn't like about the movie, but we'll talk about that a little later.
But it was cool though. I like the special. I like the way the dinosaurs looked in this film, and I like the fact that little by little you saw the new dinosaur. Like you only see glimpses. You might see an eye. I think wasn't the opening of the scene. You see the egg crack and. Isn't that dinosaur?
I think so. Yeah.
The new dinosaur that they're trying to
like his birth
introduce. Yeah, that was the birth.
Right.
Because you can see the eye. So I'm just assuming that that's the new dinosaur.
You know, I didn't think about that at first. Actually, now that you brought it up, I actually thought that it was just the birth of a raptor or something.
Because the emphasis when the opening scene is the cracking of the egg, which kind of like it was like you saw like a plain pallet. It's a white pallet. I didn't even know what it is, and then it cracks. And even like I jumped a little bit when it cracked. Like I was like, it's just a dinosaur coming out of its shell. But
man,
but yeah, that was a nice little touch, like introducing the new enhanced dinosaur.
Now, Andy, what did you think?
It was lit. That's what I thought. Nah, but for real, I liked it a lot. I like just the little continuation from like the part to now. It's like the world.
Mm-hmm.
The amusement part. It's like they made it better.
Yeah,
or they achieved the creator's job.
Right. Now, but does it match up? Does it live up to the expectations left by the first one?
Expectations?
Yeah, man. Does it live up?
He's basically asking you, did you like Jurassic World better than Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Pose that.
I mean, come on now.
It's a hard question.
Come on now.
Answer,
It's a really easy question. Come on now. It's a yes or no question.
You gotta take.
Come on.
I have fun with it,
Yeah, there you go. God. Say.
It's like nobody wants to rip the Band-Aid off this movie. You know, I think that's what it feels like to me.
World breathes new life to the franchise.
Well,
I think with the second and third one, they kind of like, oops, we dropped the ball on this one because the first one was really good and we made mediocre films after that.
And here's the thing though, like, because I think it's almost like Jurassic Park 2 and 3 sucked so bad that it's almost like the George Lucas Star Wars movies and how everybody's anticipating this new Star Wars. It's like, how low can it go? It can't get any lower. So like, no matter what we get, we're gonna be like, well, that was all right because it's better than the last ones we saw.
JJ, I'm looking at you. Don't fuck up Star Wars. You did a great job for Star Trek. But let's get back to Jurassic World.
Well, you'd be surprised how many people disagree with you on that.
What do you mean?
All the Trekkies and stuff, but that's another conversation.
Okay. I don't let the Trekkies, I don't let the fanboys decide my fate of what I think Star Wars should be.
Right. But here's what I think. I don't think that Jurassic World is even close to as good as Jurassic Park. Not even close. Now, yeah, I actually enjoyed myself, but there's a lot of things that kind of like just hold me back from loving the movie. I had a great time. I was on the edge of my seat, but there's a lot of things in this movie that I was just so bland. One of the things is the characters. They're all so one note, cardboard box characters. You know, Chris Pratt is the tough Steve McQueen type badass. You know, Bryce Dallas Howard is the typical businesswoman that doesn't know how to interact with normal people, but by the end of the movie she changes to this, wannabe Sarah Connor type. Vincent D'Onofrio, who shows up as the security officer at Engine.
Vic Hoskins.
Who?
Vic Hoskins. I just looked up his character's name.
Vic Hoskins. Yeah, he plays he's the head of the military engine.
Yeah.
Right? And which are also part of the original movie, right? The original storyline. That he plays the military guy that wants to weaponize everything. Haha, this is our chance. And he's sneaking on the side while there. He's like, "Oh no, everything's gonna work out, guys. We're in this together." And then as soon as everybody leaves, he goes to the corner like, "Nobody shall know my plan." And I'm like, bland, like predictable, bland characters, and it was just so disappointing with that. But I will admit that the actors brought them as much to life as they possibly could. They made them all likable characters. I even like the
Jake Johnson in it, the guy who
he was okay.
Comic relief when they needed it.
I think it was a little too on the nose for me, honestly. Like too with the little dinosaurs and
with his workplace,
and the Jurassic Park T-shirt and the
t-shirt.
Like if you notice, he had a book written by Jeff Goldblum's character on the side.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and I was just like, my gosh, this guy is like the ultimate Jurassic Park fanboy. He's like jerking it under that table, like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm working here. And all his jokes were a little bit on the nose for me. That you never get those kind of jokes in the original Jurassic Park. And the characters in Jurassic Park were a lot more well-rounded characters. If you notice, it's not just about the survival of the park. In Jurassic Park, Sam Neill's character, Alan Grant, he's actually going through the kind of like the same issues that Bryce Dallas Howard's character is going through. He doesn't know how to be around children.
Oh, that's right.
But he's stuck with these kids.
Nice parallel.
But he's stuck with these kids, and he learns the value of children and being a father figure to these kids that look up to him, even though they're not his. Same thing over here, but they handled it better in Jurassic Park than they did. There's a lot of references to Jurassic Park in this movie. Mm-hmm. From even sequences.
You get, the Jeeps in the first film, which is kind of cool.
And the area where the last sequence where you see the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the first one, they stumble across them in that, and it's all really cool. And I really like the grandiose epicness of the film. To me, it really brought kind of that 90s epicness of a sense of adventure that Spielberg was known for. In the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, a lot of that in this one too.
No, that's what I mean. That's one of the things that highlighted, but it's just the characters and the characters' motivations were so weak.
Compared to the first
one.
Yeah. To the original.
Compared, and it was just...
Yeah, Masrani, the CEO of the company, owner of the... I think he was
Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think he was in... was he on Slumdog Millionaire?
Yeah, the namesake, Irfan Khan. I love Irfan Khan.
CEO,
I do not like him in this movie.
The CEO who knows how to drive
or fly a helicopter.
Or the lack of driving.
Yeah, he did not know how to fly a helicopter.
No, he did not.
And he tried to be
he was convincing himself that he knew.
They're who's gonna fly the helicopter with you? I don't need anyone to fly this helicopter with me.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Like,
bro.
I got it.
No, bro. That did not work. His character was fine. You know, like, just like Omar Sy, to me, when they cast them like Irfan Khan and Omar Sy, is to make sure that they got that worldwide money. But, and they did a good job and everything, but it's just that the characters are so on the nose and so, you know, they're not very well rounded. Another thing that I didn't like, and this is the biggest problem that I have with the movie, which is, you know, like saying a lot in how good the movie is for the most part, that I don't have that many problems other than like the characterizations and the CGI. Way too much CGI
But
for
we're in
me.
the world of CGI in today's.
That was the
today's
message.
action
That
film.
was the message of this movie, wasn't it?
It really was.
Like, but it kind of becomes like the Achilles heel for this movie, because even though it's making this message, and I really like the message that they were portraying in this film, that, you know, people don't just want dinosaurs, they want bigger and better. They want more teeth. They want bigger. They want scarier. And it's almost saying that, like, people that go to the movies don't just want to see dinosaurs, or they just don't want to see like a normal movie. They want to see They want to see bigger explosions. They want to see bigger action, even though if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't matter. You know, like, they don't care how it's concocted. That's how they want it. That's what it's come to, and that's the message mainly in the movie. And I like the message, and I see that they were kind of portraying it in the movie using the CGI. But using so much CGI takes away the impact. Were you really that scared, like how you were with the first one? You know, like the part when the kids were being attacked by the Indominus Rex.
That one, like, Cynthia jumped when they jump off the cliff, and he barely, you know, misses them.
I never felt that. Because I've seen the first one plenty of times, and even most recently. And let me tell you, that part where the kids are being attacked by the T-Rex gets me every fucking time. Every time. And it's because it's an actual, you know, animatronic. Even though it's animatronic, it's actual there. Like, so I believe it. My eyes believe it. Mm-hmm. My eyes will never be convinced that the CGI can be real.
Running away from peril.
Yeah.
Running away on the green screen.
Mm-hmm. So to me, it loses the impact of the fear, of the scariness, of the tension. You know, but other than that, you know, like, with all that being
but
said,
everything else is fine. Basically.
Yeah, no, great action sequences and everything is choreographed great. I really liked the acting in it. Chris Pratt was great, very witty, sarcastic. He's a mix of Alan Grant and Dr. Malcolm. Mm-hmm. You know, like, so it works out great. Yeah.
You're telling me, you know what's funny is that I wasn't trying to notice, but I remember yesterday, before you told me to go see it, about him posing a lot. Like, I didn't,
oh yeah,
I was like, I wasn't trying to, like,
that dude thought he was in a fucking
him posing, but it wasn't hard to
oh man, he thought he was in a Sports Illustrated photo shoot every time.
I think at one point Cynthia was like, he thinks he's Superman or something, because he turns and, like, basically pumps out his chest.
Oh, that chest stayed pumped. Oh my goodness, everybody, and he's such a cool character that everybody in the movie's just like, this guy's so cool.
Yeah, even like the kids.
The kids are like, he's
your
such
boyfriend's a badass.
A badass. He's so cool. Like, everybody talks about him. Like, the Irfan Khan's like, oh, I hear about this Owen Grady. He's such a badass. Like, bring him in. I'm like, my gosh, everybody
knows his.
Everybody knows Owen Grady.
They know his reputation.
But I will say, this movie, for a PG-13 movie, it's violent. Really violent.
There were sequences that there were kids in the theater. I'm looking around like, y'all guys watching this?
Oh my goodness! And the murders and killings are handled very tastefully done. You know, like, they don't have to show
you don't see the mutilation.
Right.
You just see the spray of blood.
Right, and that's all you need, and that's all you need.
Or the wall.
Oh, but it sucks to be that one white girl assisted.
Oh yeah, when the like Was it pterodactyls? Or, they look like
It went from a
T-Rexes,
fucking pterodactyl T-Rex. Like
they're like looking like they're like mixed. Like all the dinosaurs looked like they were like genetically enhanced to be something else, like a combination of different dinosaurs.
Never keep it boring.
It was almost like the McDonald's of dinosaurs with the Jurassic World. It's like what can concoct next? Oh, we got chicken nuggets. We're gonna take a little bit of pterodactyl, a little bit of T-Rex.
That's probably what they were serving in the food court too.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I noticed one of the places was called Margaritaville.
Margaritaville.
Like one of like the attractions, like restaurants was Margaritaville. I don't know.
Interesting.
And I think one of the guys, you know, when the sequence where the birds are like, or the pterodactyls are flying above, like you see like this guy like grabbing like drinks.
Oh yeah. I do remember that. I do remember. Dude.
Like, why would you grab a drink when you see like these like birds coming at you? Like one last drink, I guess.
No, he was. I know what he was thinking. With a park, fucking, it's probably expensive as hell. Like I'll pay $50 for each drink, man. Yeah. I'm gonna take this shit.
Yeah.
But no, it's
You know what's funny? Going back to the park, I thought that was funny that they did the parallel of the Universal because like the ride itself has like a little tram introduction by Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah,
which is kind of funny. It was like kind of comical. Like when you go to Universal Studios and do the tram ride, you're looking forward to Jimmy Fallon being the announcer. Yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
Jimmy's in
it's
here
all
too.
It's all pretty smart. You know, it's all pretty smartly done. It's definitely not a lazy movie. It's not a boring movie, and you know, they really try to take as many good ideas as they can and run with it. You know, like
it really is
what's one of the things I was so skeptical about that I ended up really liking was the relationship between Owen Grady and the Velociraptors. You know,
yeah, that was cool. Like watching, dogs in the training.
Yeah, like watching the trailers, I was just like, oh no, this sounds like a stinker and idea. Like this doesn't seem good. But this movie actually made me have
like ultimately believe that like maybe like Chris Pratt was like taking notes from these like trainers, like animal trainers.
You want to know something that's really funny?
Like, he was clicking, you know, to like basically like not sedate them, but like kind of like keep them in control.
Yeah. No, it was
like he had their trust.
And I really began to have like an emotional connection with the Velociraptors. Like by the end of the film, you know, I really started actually caring, you know, for those characters. I was actually more worried about them than the kids. I was like, please don't kill these Velociraptors. Take the white boys. I don't care.
Yeah.
But here's a theory that I like read online. I don't know if you guys read it. You've seen the first one, right? You know how like that little fat kid in the first one, in the beginning when like Sam Neill's talking about like the Velociraptor
yes,
claw.
With the claw, yeah.
And that like he scares that kid with the claw
like,
and then
against his chest.
Yeah, and then like he tells him like something like you better respect the raptors and all that, and the kid's like, okay. Apparently, like they haven't approved or denied this. They said that that's the character that turns into Chris Pratt.
Oh.
So he becomes the raptor tamer.
Oh,
isn't that another little connection? Wink, wink.
I'm gonna try to go see the cast.
Right.
The first film and see if that kid has a name.
Probably Fatty.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
I just read Brad Bird makes an uncredited voice cameo as the monorail announcer.
Yeah, I just read that too.
Like, I don't know.
Cool. I mean, he's got to be in a success somewhere, you know, because Tomorrowland ain't working for him.
Ooh.
Another thing that about this movie that I'm kind of like always just worried about is where do they take it from here? You know, that because like the first one was the kind of movie that really didn't warrant a franchise, sequels. It didn't.
Felt
you know,
like it could just stand alone by itself.
Right, and the sequels kind of felt so forced and so lame in comparison that you just it didn't really make any sense. Why would there still be these dinosaurs in these other islands or anything? You know, and nobody doing anything about it. Now in this one, obviously the Jurassic World is shut down after the all hell breaks loose and
be a lot
yeah, like obviously. So So I don't know how it's gonna happen. But then there's also the Dr. Henry Wu, B.D. Wong, coming back from the first one.
Reprises his role from the first one, right?
Yeah, and
he has like a small role in.
But it looks like he's gonna be like the main bad guy in the.
Because he was having some like deal with Vincent
D'Onofrio. Yeah, so.
But yeah, they look like they were working together.
And that's one of the things that I'm just like, I'm not looking forward to that, but
yeah, because they basically pack up their shit and go with the lab.
Mm-hmm. And they get away.
He's in charge of operations in there.
So it's what's gonna happen. They're probably gonna try to weaponize the dinosaurs and everything. So we'll see what goes on with that.
I feel like just like Jurassic Park, Jurassic World feels like a standalone too, because. Like, you have fun with it, but are you really going to have fun with them making... I mean, they're obviously going to make more movies because it's making a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but are you really going to look forward to more Jurassic World movies? I mean, off the strength of this film?
I enjoyed it for what it was. It didn't make me excited for anything else. Like, the only thing that I just enjoy is just because Chris Pratt is such a charismatic actor.
Yeah.
And like, I even like the Ty Simpkins and Nick Robinson as the kids. You know, they actually, the kids actually handled their characters quite well. You know, like, I really like their chemistry.
The bond.
The chemistry.
Yeah, I like that too. Especially because, like, the little kids, like,
a lot better.
Breaks down a lot, and his brother's like, "Well, you know, stop crying. You know, I'm always there for you." And kind of, well, at
Big
first
brother.
He's not. At first, he's not receptive, but like after a while, when they're really like when the shit goes down, it's like he has to step it up to make sure that his brother's not scared.
Their chemistry was a lot better than Chris Pratt's and Bryce Dallas Howard's chemistry. I thought that was so forced. I did not believe that 1 minute. Like,
did you think that their chemistry outdid the chemistry between the brother and sister of the original film, the little kids in Jurassic Park?
No, I felt like because there are certain situations in this movie that I just thought, like the one scene when he first cries because mommy and daddy are getting a divorce. It came so random to me.
He like belts it out though, like
yeah,
he
but
was
like
saving it for something.
Like 1 minute it's just like, oh my god, look at this, look at that, let's go, and then like the next scene it's just like,
the divorce lawyers on Google.
My daddy and my mommy are getting divorced. I'm all, what the hell?
Those tears came down though. I was really feeling it. I was like, dang, this.
Like and they handled that scene well. It's just it came so awkwardly random out of nowhere that I just didn't. I was like, wait,
I think
happening?
that scene was the turnaround for the older brother because he's kind of jerked to his younger brother, and like in the beginning of the film. But then that was the turnaround where he's like, well, you know, like my brother's like,
yeah,
emotionally, like he's breaking down. I gotta step it up, being the older brother. So
true, yeah. So
a lot of nice little touches and detail in this film, like, and I thought it was fun. Your biggest con of the film is probably being so overly CGI.
Yeah, but you know, it's like you said, we live in a world full of CGI.
Yeah.
It's almost like an inescapable thing.
Yeah.
We just have to accept it or be willing to, you know, be smarter with the money and try to make it more, you know, with the animatronics. You know, like I always think to myself, well, look, like Evil Dead pulled it off. The remake of Evil Dead pulled it off with like the animatronics and the real like makeup, and rather than just CGI crap. You know, like I'm pretty sure big budget movies, it's just that, you know, it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to pull off, especially these days, I guess. You know, which it should be easier, but what are we gonna do? But like that doesn't take away on me liking and having fun with the movie. I just didn't feel as impacted. You know, like the action sequences and the scary scenes are like not. I wasn't just thrilled out of it, you know, because I knew it wasn't real. Yeah. Like so, it was just not really there. It's just it to me just looks like a cartoon. So what am I? You know, I can't help it. But I'm not trying to, you know, diminish this movie at all. I enjoyed it for what it was, and yeah,
it was a nice, you know, for me, Sunday out to the cinemas.
Yeah,
so it was fun. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it so much that I wouldn't mind seeing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fun, like, especially, you know, if, like, my family wants to go see it, like...
It's a little harder for me, because there's, like, a big movie coming out every week right now.
yeah.
Like, so it's kind of harder for me to go back and watch another movie again and again.
But this has some replay. I think...
Oh, no, it definitely has replay.
Like you were saying about last week.
Yeah.
Entourage film. Well, not like he had the highest praise for it, but the replay factor of it. Like,
it really does.
Jurassic World.
It's again. You know, like Entourage, like this movie, they're not convoluted films.
Yeah.
You know, like Entourage knows what it was and it just went with it. That's why it has a high replay value for people that enjoy that.
Yeah.
Just like this one, you know, like if you're looking for good action adventure.
Like the fans of Jurassic Park are gonna hop on and love Jurassic World.
Yeah, and the kids are gonna love it too.
Yeah, like I told you, like it breathes new life in the franchise, and it's a standalone in its respect as well. Like I'm not gonna see a Jurassic World sequel, but as Jurassic Park, like I'm not excited to see, you know, more films like that. I'd rather just watch Jurassic Park, or I just rather would watch Jurassic World
now
if they make more films. You know?
Right. Well, here we are at the end of it. The rating. So
it's gonna be interesting because I want to know
what would you give it? I'll be the last one. So what would you give it?
I was deciphering between a 3.5 and a 4, only because I had fun with it, and with its flaws and all, which I'm like totally agreeing with you about the flaws, but it doesn't take away from the film as much.
Okay.
Like especially with Entourage, where like you like broke it down to where you gave it like a whole star down. Like
yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go with my original 4 stars that I was gonna give it. So
okay.
I had fun. It's not Jurassic Park. That's why it's called Jurassic World. You know, it's just a new, enhanced take on the original film.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I can agree with that.
I had fun with it, and Chris Pratt is amazing. He's funny. He's just as like charismatic and funny. As
this guy's gonna be huge. This guy is huge.
Yeah.
But like he's gonna be a huge megastar.
Yeah. Like just like he was as Star-Lord. Like I saw Star-Lord in
Jurassic World.
In Jurassic World. So, and then I didn't mind the supporting cast too. It's like they did what they did. They were there. You know, Bryce Dallas Howard plays her kind of character, kind of to the T. Like, what more can she do?
Yeah, she didn't.
Not gonna, like,
she wasn't the.
me,
she wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't the problem. I just believe that the script is the problem. The writers didn't write a compelling character, not compelling enough at least.
Yeah, she did what she did. Like her sister, played by Judy Greer, was good too when she wanted to cry and pretend to be the big sis and be like the mom. And there was like nice scenes here and there that I enjoyed, and it didn't like for its like shortcomings or its flaws. It did not take away too much from the end result. That I liked the film, I enjoyed it. Would I recommend it? Yes. But I'm still loyal to the Jurassic Park first original film.
Right.
But still doesn't make me like the Jurassic World less. Like this was a good film in its own right. So I liked it. So that's me. It's 4 stars.
4 stars. You? How about you?
3.5.
3.5. Why?
Ooh.
Why? Because.
The film had some problems.
What's keeping you from a 4 or a 5 for that matter?
I agree with what you were saying about the characters, the one-dimensional.
That's true.
Aspect.
Okay.
And the CGI, I do, even though I liked it. I did notice what you mentioned.
And I understand because Jurassic Park, you Andy brought it up to me, like it does have like crappy CGI at moments, you know.
Yeah. Like the special effects back then weren't as what they are now.
Yeah, but like that was 93, you know, like
93, yeah.
93, 94, and you know. they only used the special effects when they really needed to. You know, everything else was the animatronics.
Like the T-Rex, like you saw that as the animatronics. So.
Oh man,
the Velociraptors always look kind of like they were like computer generated. So
even in Jurassic Park or in Jurassic?
Even in Jurassic Park.
Really?
Especially in the scene when they're running in the kitchen at the end.
They look like I gotta watch it again.
Watch it again.
I gotta watch it again. Damn. Okay, so 3.5, Andy. That's
Andy's
how you feel.
3.5. You know what, Andy? I was originally going with 3.5, but you know, I'm like, it's a summer film. It's a popcorn flick. Why am I really gonna down it? You know, like, it is what it is.
This is a classic.
No.
And I respect the 3.5. Like, go for it. But you know, like,
I'm gonna go.
Now it's Ray's turn. Let's see how overly critical. Let me guess, 3.
Actually, that's exactly right. It was a 3. To me, it's a 3, but it's a well-earned 3. You know, like there's nothing wrong with 3. Ain't nothing wrong with silver.
Yeah.
You know, like, so a 3. Obviously, because of the things that I mentioned, you know, CGI to me is always going to be subpar compared to other things, to other ways. The acting saved it. The writing of the characters didn't. To me, the third act, a lot of people were very impressed with the third act twist, and I saw it coming from a mile away. I don't know how about you, you know.
Oh no, like you know what's funny is like I thought it. After the fact, it was so obvious.
Yeah.
But
I was just like, a lot of people were like, "Whoa, it's so clever!" Like, I didn't see that coming. It's like, come on, it's obvious. If he's so smart, you know exactly where it's coming from. It's not the T-Rex, you know. And I thought that it was kind of silly. How
you know, it's the arms. It's a dead giveaway. T-Rex they're too small.
Yeah, but like I also thought it was kind of dumb how they got rid of that dinosaur, the Indominus Rex. Like, I thought it was like a little like a wrestling match.
It was a tag team.
Yeah, but then like out of nowhere, like the C1 comes in and helps too. I was just like, well, okay.
You gotta take down the ultimate dinosaur. You got two or three different species working together to be like, dang, this one's not going down.
To me, that was just kind of like, that was, nah. You know, we didn't need that in the Jurassic Park. They created.
What I liked was the hide and seek sequence with when they were going out with the Velociraptors. And
that was
the
good.
Two guys in the you know, the motorcycles and.
You know what's really funny to me? Like, Omar Sy gets stuck in the middle of the jungle and they leave him behind. How the hell
you don't
does
ever see him again, right? Like at the end of you know when he's in the tree trunk.
Yeah.
And he like Blue almost kills him. You know, like. And
He's still there.
You don't see the black dude again. Like, dang, how they go?
You see him at the end. What are you talking about?
You see him at the end?
When? Where?
When he's there with everyone in the little area, the safe area.
I would hope so.
You know what, Andy? I just saw it just now. I didn't pay attention. Maybe that's me being
racist.
He
doesn't like those Frenchies.
But no, like, I know he was like, man.
But
dang.
You know what? But with all that being said, you know, like I was talking to Andy the other day about it, and I really thought that the closing line of the film was like so. I loved that closing line so well that I thought it was just like, wow, that whoever was writing that in the script must have thought they were so clever.
Yeah, like it's like that ding at the end of the typewriter, like, yes, I got it.
I'm so good.
Got him.
And that really kind of like just that line alone kind of earned its star for me. Gave it a star.
Give it 2.5, but
exactly. You know, but overall, you know, great ride, great actors, you know, charismatic actors, great dinosaurs, great action sequences. When all hell breaks loose,
the look and feel of it is just like.
When all hell breaks loose, all hell really does break loose. So, like, I really recommend it as a summer film. I really recommend it over, you know, like, obviously over. As much as I like San Andreas, way better than San Andreas. I even thought it. I thought it was way better than Avengers 2. You know, it's not as cluttered and convoluted.
I do think that Jurassic World trumps like the big budgeted films of the.
I think the only one that it doesn't match is Mad Max.
Oh no, yeah, Mad Max.
You know, so far no movie has been able to match Mad Max, but hey, it's still early, so
yeah,
we'll see. But yeah, 3.
Almost 40 feet high. Really think she climbed out?
Depends.
On what?
What kind of dinosaur they cooked up in that lab. Evacuate the island. She's a highly intelligent animal. She will kill anything that moves.